Man, I never really seen an NBA game, regular season game that was actually that intense. So, if you don't know what I'm about to do, well, so the Clippers had a really tight game. Let's be real. Kawhi Leonard, man, he was pretty great. He was really efficient. He was great. Kevin Durant had a hard time guarding him. He was also an amazing defender. Kawhi Leonard, bro, he could. Like, what did y'all see? Like, what did y'all say? Like, people say Kawhi cannot do. What do people say Kawhi cannot do? Pass. Exactly. People say Kawhi Leonard cannot really pass the ball. Last night, he just did his thing. He passed the ball really good. Now, Kevin Durant, we got to give props where it's due. Kevin Durant, he is extremely unguardable. He cannot really miss. But I personally will still take Kawhi Leonard like all around because Kawhi Leonard he does everything. Kevin Durant's like all offense. Okay, let's be real. All right. Now we're gonna break down with some other role players. About like let's just go with Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, he's in this picture. For some reason I just found out an image, so Reggie Jackson, he was fairly good. I mean he's starting to like before like before like I wasn't really pleased with Reggie Jackson just because his defense was a big liability, but honestly he's starting to grow on me just because he could really score pretty good. Like he could get you solid buckets. Like Like I remember, like going to some other comment section when I see people start Reggie. First of all, like I would not like really want to believe, but now Reggie's really making a strong case on why he wants to start. But I'm not saying start Reggie Jackson. I'm still more comfortable with Pat Bev, because I love Patrick Beverly. Like again, it was a really great loss. Like we didn't have Patrick Beverly. The refs had really questionable calls. Let's be honest. Like Paul George, he only got I believe only one call to go to the free throw line, and then I don't. And then sounds pretty suspicious because like when PG was driving, I remember Paul George was pretty mad like when he didn't get the call because literally he got like smacked left and right when he's trying to drive in. But I guess the refs do not want to don't want to talk about it. Okay, and then let's go to Nicolas Batum, who is a key contributor, my bad, to the game. He was he was knocking down threes like what we needed him to do. He was a solid 3-and-D defender, but I really wanted to see Kawhi on KD more than Batum on KD. That's partially a reason why KD just kept scoring. But man, the free throw though, free throw. Okay, the free throw. Man, that should have been Paul George shooting the free throws. Like I don't know what the rest were thinking, but and Nick Batum though. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at him for screwing up on the free throw, but he should have either he's first he should have made the first one. I mean, which is that's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, it's not really truly his fault. But the second part though, he should have toss it off throw it at the glass to give any of our players like a chance to get boards like whether it could be Batum or in that case I think Zubac or could be Kawhi getting the board and then you could have just simply grab the board and hand it down to one of those players like whoever's at the perimeter, whether it could be Paul George, Batum, Kawhi. I think Morris was in the floor because Morris, he was really hot during that game. He was like on fire. He was making buckets after buckets. Just pleased to get him, bro. Just amazing to get him. Ray, notice that Reggie Jackson was pretty much the guard that just pretty much played all day, or the all game. Like, I really miss Pat Bev, bro. I miss Pat Bev. Let's be real. Pat Bev, come on. Let's be real, everybody. Had Pat Bev been in the game, Kyrie Irving would not have been scoring as much points because people say Pat Bev, all he does is run around the court. We all know that's all cap, bro. Anyone who actually watches like a full game of basketball and does not watch like just highlights on YouTube or IG clips or like just look at the box scores in general knows that Pat Bev is a is a key contributor as well. Like Kyrie though, let's put some respect to Kyrie. Kyrie is a tremendous point guard. Great, great Euro. He even made Kawhi like fumbled a bit. It's all cool though, cause we all know Kawhi's better. James Harden, James Harden, James Harden. James Harden was throwing dimes left and right. Like first, people doubted how Harden could fit on a team, but I mean, sure, his people say his defense is not good, and then we score on him more easily. But let's give props to his passing. Underrated. Joe Harris, he could shoot here on then pretty good. DeAndre Jordan, he was solid. He was solid, former Clippers. But the rest though, the rest were really, 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 really BSing for sure. Cause come on, come on, come on. Let's be real. Like lots of the calls, lots of things that the rest didn't call should have been called. Like at least 3 or 4 possessions should have been called. Like for the Clippers to shoot free throws. Serge did. Serge did pretty fairly well. Zubac though, Zubac kind of Zubac was a little bit disappointing. I don't know why. Like I mean, he's probably like less of a liability than Trez, but I mean, Lou Will is a really big liability too. But I love Lou Will, and I got nothing but respect for what he did for the organization. But there's a really big question: should we trade Lou Will or not? I'm like literally 50-50 on it, like dead on 50-50. 50 of me say like Lou Will can be clutch at times. He did a lot for our organization, and he's our heart and soul, and he's a great locker room guy. And the other 50 of me said we got to trade him because he's a liability on defense, and when he cannot score, like he's literally just running around. Like no offense to Lou, I love Lou Will to like the death. Same with Pat Bev. I do not want to. Pat Bev better not be traded. I know he's not gonna be traded, but hey man, hey, you never know. I mean, Jerry West could pull things off in the off season. Let's see what we're gonna do. I mean, again though, that was a pleasant loss. That was a really good loss. Like, imagine the Clippers win though. I would have been shouting. I was shouting either way, but I was so pumped. I cannot wait for I think the 21st is when we can have a rematch with Pat Bev too. Hopefully, Pat Bev better be playing, bro. Let's be real. Come on, Pat Bev, please, please, please. I need you to play. And but we can all agree though. All agree. Kawhi is better than KD. Come on. Come on, let's be real now. Kawhi is all around. KD is just completely offense. Sure, you got to block, I guess. I'll give him that, but and he has long arms too. But I'm still taking Kawhi. So, all right, y'all. I'm done with this video. Feeling pretty delighted, fairly, you know. All right. Have a great day, y'all. And as usual,